welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Christina and I am a mom to 5 kids, and in today's video I am going to be sharing with you my winter book haul. I've been trying to hold off because I love fall. I don't want to rush fall. Fall is my jam. I also love winter books. I love books in general. So this is one of my favorite topics, one of my favorite kinds of videos. I love book hauls, I love books, I love seasonal books because I love to rotate books. So super excited to talk to you guys about books today. I have my tea. I love my coffee, but today just feels like a tea day. And these are the cutest tea bags. I've been getting them for a while. They're called novel teas. To play on words, obviously, but all the little tea bags have little quotes about books. Like this one says, "My home is where my books are." Super fun if you're interested. They are actually in my Amazon shop and they have been for a while under the poetry tea time section. So I'm gonna jump into the books. It's not a huge haul, it's decent. This is not all of my recommendations for winter books. These are all the ones I physically have and have arrived that are new. So I have other winter books packed away that we take out when it's time to swap books out. I have some books that are not here yet. I have some that I may order from the library. This is just my winter book haul, new books that I've gotten that I'm really excited about. And I will have a bunch more recommendations coming to you very soon in 2 different ways. I mentioned, if you noticed in the title of the video, that I had exciting news to share with you. So I'm gonna share that probably more towards the end of the video. That's one of the ways you'll find out about more of my book recommendations. And then I also will have a Christmas books video coming up in a couple of weeks. So this one isn't Christmas books, this is strictly winter books. And I will have a Christmas books video coming up shortly. So let me jump into the books. I'm gonna go sort of youngest to oldest, but the middle might be, mixed. So I have 2 board books. I'll start with those because if you're new here, I have kids from 20 months to 14 years old now. I can't believe it. As of today, when you're seeing this video, my son, who was 13, is now 14. Crazy. So I'm always trying to find books that will go for all different ages, or at least have books for different ages. So first book I'm really excited about. This is a board book, but I know this also does come in a picture book, but I was trying to choose some board books because my 20-month-olds and my 3-year-olds can be rough on books. So I wanted to make sure they had books that they can get their hands on, that I'm not worried about, that it's not a book that I necessarily have to sit and read with them. Because although I love to read to them and my husband reads to them, they really love books. So sometimes they just like to grab a book and look through it. And I don't always want them to do that with some of the more fragile picture books. So that's why I absolutely love board books. So this is called Winter Dance. And this says, "Snow is coming, there's so much to do. Hide nuts, fly south, settle in and sleep until spring. But none of these plans seems right for the fox. What should he do in wintertime?" So what I love about this is it kind of introduces the difference between animals that are going to be hibernating or migrating in winter versus the animals like the fox who will not be doing that. So super cool, educational, but also a really sweet story and really sweet illustrations. Also, all of these books will be in my Amazon shop under winter books. So if you're looking for them, I super appreciate anytime you guys purchase through my Amazon or any of my affiliate links or anything like that, because all those little bits do really help my family. So I really appreciate that. This one I was also really excited about because there is a series of these books. I got the Little Raindrop book in the spring. That was my first one. We loved it. I got Little Acorn for my fall. If you saw my fall book haul, you would have seen Little Acorn, and this one is Little Snowflake. And again, this is a board book, and this says, "Have you ever wondered what happens to a snowflake when it falls to the ground? And what I really like about this series is that they are super fun and engaging and have beautiful illustrations, but they actually have lots of scientific information. So I could actually do this as a read aloud with all of my kids, including my 14-year-old, and there would be scientific information for them to learn about. So I really, really love this. This is a great introduction to science, even for very younger kids. It's really amazing how much they absorb, even at a really young age. And when you do it in a fun way and it doesn't feel like you're trying to teach them, that's a win. So Little Snowflake, this will be linked on Amazon as well. The next ones are my picture books. I will start with what I would consider to be sort of the youngest, but anyways, this is another one that's part of a series. Again, if you saw my fall book haul, I shared Fletcher and the Falling Leaves. We love that book. Absolutely love it. It's super cute. It's adorable. If you have not gotten that one, I recommend that one. But this one says, when the rabbits move to a new burrow, Fletcher wonders if Santa will know where to deliver their presents. But in the morning, Fletcher wakes to a magical surprise. Do you know what it is? Join Fletcher and find out. And look at how beautiful. I just love these illustrations. We really loved the fall illustrations, and they're just sweet and simple. And I just love Fletcher's character. He's like curious and determined, and it really just kind of captures that childlike innocence of not understanding why things are happening and trying to figure it out, and super sweet. So that's Fletcher and the Snowflake Christmas. Next up is also a part of a series. A lot of these I'm realizing as I'm talking to you guys, they're part of a series. So there are so many of these, and I know they are super popular. We've done Over and Under the Dirt. I can't even remember all of the ones that we've done. Over and Under the Pond. This one is Over and Under the Snow. And I'm really excited about this because maybe in the next month or so, I am going to be starting the Ready to Read book 3 with my daughter Gia, who is 6. And that is from Gather Round Homeschool. And the Ready to Read book 3 is Ice and Snow. So any books that have to do with ice or snow will go beautifully with that unit. So I'm really excited about this for a lot of reasons. This one is just so beautiful. It kind of shows what's going on under and over the snow or the dirt or the pond or whichever one you pick. And again, beautiful illustrations. I just love picture books. My entire family does. So as you can see, it's starting to show like what's happening under the snow. Different animals and creatures, and I haven't looked through this one yet, but a lot of them will have like bugs and things. You see someone skiing. It's just a really cool seasonal book. There's a fox again, so that's really cool, kind of a connection between winter dance. I love when you can find books that have connections like that. So here's a black bear. So that is Over and Under the Snow. Super sweet, not a ton of text, but just enough. Oh, and then also, I almost forgot, in the back of all these, I really like when books have this, especially for older kids who might want to know more. There's an author's note, and this is an author's note specific to learning more information. And then some more information about the animals. It says the animals you meet in this book really do eat, sleep, hide, and play over and under the winter snow. So they can learn more about them. And then there's even further reading recommendations. So that's pretty cool too, Over and Under the Snow. This one is also a part of a series, also very popular. Also, if you saw my fall book haul, you would have seen Goodbye Summer, Hello Autumn. Well, of course, we had to get Goodbye Autumn, Hello Winter. We started taking these out from the library a while back, probably a little more than a year ago when we first started homeschooling. And I just love how they highlight the changing of the seasons, answering the question, how do we know winter is coming? So again, beautiful illustrations We cover the sky like a downy soft blanket. So really beautiful imagery. And I love how in a lot of these picture books, all picture books are not created equal, okay? I really don't like to say anything negative, but some of the books that are just like popular, like TV show characters and things like that, I guess they're sort of okay for reluctant readers if that's like the only way to get them to pick up a book. But hopefully, like moving on to books that have more literary value, like Shh, I Quiet the Juniper and Maple Trees, like actual literary techniques being used even in a book with this simple of text, like this minimal amount of text still has literary techniques being used, like personification and metaphor and imagery and all of these beautiful things. Like these picture books can be used to teach literary techniques and introduce them and review them and give more examples of them to all different age kids, even high school students. They love picture books. I love picture books. I know I say that a lot when I'm doing book hauls, but it's really true. So this is Goodbye Autumn, Hello Winter. And that's a great way, like if you are trying to find ways to pull older kids into a read aloud in a simple picture book, if it is of high literary value, like even just that simple book that I just showed you, you could say to them, like, be on the lookout for examples of imagery or see if you notice any personification and things like that. You don't have to do that. Sometimes just letting them enjoy a book is totally fine. But if you wanted to find a way to kind of like bring it up in level, that's a great way to do that. So this one actually, this is a part of a series. I was going to say I don't know if it is, but I just noticed on the back it says also available busy spring. So I'm sure I will be checking that out in the spring. But this is called Winter Sleep, a Hibernation Story. It says, it's winter in the forest by Granny Sylvie's house. The trees are bare. The pond is frozen hard. The air is quiet and still. Is anything alive? And then it says, discover the wonder of hibernation and learn how different animals tuck themselves away and snuggle down for a winter sleep. So, again, beautiful book, informational. I mean, just look at how this shows the different mammals and just, I love it already. I can't wait. This breaks down what is hibernation. So just a really awesome book. This one obviously has a decent amount more text. So again, all picture books are not created equal. This one looks super engaging, but also informational, which I love. The next two are part of a series, and although I said I'm going to be sharing my Christmas book haul, I do have one Christmas book here for you and one Thanksgiving book that I am super excited about, and it is fairly new. I think it has gotten pretty popular pretty quick, but how wouldn't it? Look how beautiful it is. Thanksgiving in the Woods. It says, every year a family and their friends gather in the woods to celebrate Thanksgiving among the trees. Everyone brings something to share, and the day becomes a long celebration of family, faith, and friendship. This picture book includes warm illustrations of people gathered around bonfires and long tables adorned with candles and food, singing songs and sharing laughter. And this is my favorite part. Thanksgiving in the Woods is based on the true story of a family in upstate New York who has hosted an outdoor Thanksgiving feast in the woods on their farm for more than 20 years. So, of course, as someone who is born and raised and still living in upstate New York, I thought that was really exciting and really cool, and I know my kids will think it's cool as well. And I thought it would be cool to even kind of research and see, like, what town are they in and all of that cool stuff. So that is Thanksgiving in the Woods. This is the one that I saw first. And then I ended up seeing this one, which is by the same author, I think different illustrator. Same author, different illustrator, equally as beautiful. And this is A Simple Christmas on the Farm. So I know this wasn't a Christmas haul, but because of the fact that it was in these books that I actually did pick up. I wanted to share it with you. And it says, praise for a simple Christmas on the farm. The simple but special Christmas celebrated in this heartwarming story is one that I yearn for. Phyllis Alsdorf takes us back to the true spirit of Christmas and invites us to step through the doors of a little red barn where we are reminded of what this holiday should really be about. Giving, generosity, friendship, and family. If you buy only one Christmas picture book this year, make it this one. In the back, there's even some instructions to make your own Christmas gifts. So I love when books have like extra features like that you can kind of engage with it and have some fun with it. So super excited about this one as well. And this is A Simple Christmas on the Farm. 2 more books. We're getting into more of chapter books. One is a more simple chapter book and one is like a little bit higher level of a chapter book, but still not, super complex. So this one is The Bears on Hemlock Mountain. And we are getting ready very soon to read The Courage of Sarah Noble. And this is by the same author. We are also going to do the simple study. If I remember, I'll link it down below. The simple study that goes along with The Courage of Sarah Noble. And it's by Charlotte Mason Simple Studies. And it is the one on courage, which would make sense, right? The Courage of Sarah Noble. So this says, people have always told Jonathan that there are no bears on Hemlock Mountain. No bears at all. So he isn't afraid to set out alone over the mountain. But as Jonathan discovers one cold winter night, people aren't always right. There are bears on Hemlock Mountain. And so this one is a very simple chapter book. It does still include some illustrations. I like how it's black and white with just kind of the blue scale, which is kind of cool. So this is kind of like an introductory chapter book. Super fun. I'm really excited to read this one. I like short little quick reads like this as well. So we'll read this probably after The Courage of Sarah Noble because I've already planned on reading that one. But this one looks really cool. Last book in this haul. Again, I have so many recommendations for winter books, but this is genuinely just this haul. This one is The Winter Room by Gary Paulson. And this says, 2 brothers, 1 family, and an unexpected secret revealed on the coldest night of the year. Following the turn of the seasons, 11-year-old Eldon traces the daily routines of his life on a farm and his relationship with his older brother, Wayne. During the winter, with little work to be done on the farm, Eldon and Wayne spend the quiet hours with their family, listening to their Uncle Dave's stories. But Eldon soon learns that although he has lived on the same farm and the same house with his uncle for 11 springs, summers, and winters, he hardly knows him. When Uncle David tells the story of the woodcutter, Eldon immediately understands that this story is different from any other. It is a powerful and terrible story that changes everything for the brothers. So, this says, Newbery Honor winner Paulson never disappoints and proves his talent again in this remarkably good tale. And then another review says, Paulson has penned a mood poem in prose. So, pretty cool. This is a Newbery Honor book. Super excited to check this out. I think my older 2 boys are going to love it. So, super excited about this. And that is probably like the oldest level. I did not look and see if there was like a caution in terms of like if there shouldn't be younger listeners or younger readers listening in. I always check Common Sense Media for stuff like that and also some other reviews. So if you have concerns about that based on the powerful and terrible story mention, definitely look that up and see if it has anything that you'd be concerned about for your kids. But super excited to dive into these books. I wanted to tell you guys with enough time, even though it's still early November, it's getting pretty cold here in upstate New York. But last thing I wanted to share with you before we go for today is the exciting news that I have for you. And I mentioned that it also was related to where you would get more book recommendations from me for winter. And I have been mentioning it here and there over on Instagram. So if you follow me over there, you may already know this. But I am going to be a contributor for the upcoming Forest Schooling Mega Bundle Winter Edition. This comes out on November 16th, and it is available just over a week. I was an affiliate for the back to school mega bundle in late August, early September, something like that. And a lot of you really loved it, told me that you were so glad you grabbed it. The bundles are $25 and have hundreds of dollars worth of resources from a bunch of different contributors. This is my first time ever contributing to a bundle. So I will also have an affiliate link, of course, for you guys, and I would super appreciate if you order from my affiliate link, because again, those little bits really do help my family. What I wanted to share with you is just a little bit of an idea of what you will get from me in that bundle. There will be such a wide variety of things in there, and it is for kids ages 3 to 13. I will say, however, a lot of them you can extend up for older kids, and my resources, I tried to make for all of those ages, but they tend to gear a little bit more to like the upper elementary, middle school, maybe even like beginning of high school, with some of the literary analysis that I encourage in mine. So mine will include a song analysis, analyzing it very similar to poetry. It will also include poetry analysis. There are a few poems in there. One that is more for a little bit younger kids, or it's a little bit easier for like beginners. And then 2 that are a little bit more complex. All of them have a winter forest theme. The song, the poems. I also have a winter forest book list. So many of these books are on that book list, but there are also more books that I did not show you today that are also on the book list. So there's a book list from board books all the way up to chapter books, as well as poetry books, winter forest poetry books. I also have in there a winter forest nature walk guide. I have, what else do I have? A nature study of the sequoia tree. And just to give you a little bit of a hint, that goes along with the song. Not sure if you would guess that or not, but it kind of is to support the song analysis that I have in there, and kind of the metaphor of the sequoia in the song. What else? Am I missing anything that's in there? I think that might be it. So that's my contribution. Be on the lookout for it. I'm really excited to be a part of it, and I'm also really excited to get the bundle myself and get my hands on all the winter activities, which are great whether you're homeschooling or not. They have crafts in there, recipes, so many different things. Those bundles are honestly like worth their weight in gold. So that is all I have for you today. I will be showing sneak peeks of my contributions to the bundle in the upcoming week or so. So if you're not already following me over on Instagram, you can follow me there at rooted_homelife. Definitely come follow me over there. I share lots of day-to-day stuff that we have going on over here and in our lives. If you're not already subscribed, I would love if you would stick around, click the red subscribe button. I share all things big family life, motherhood, learning, books, day in the lives, all of the things. If any of that interests you, I would love if you would subscribe. If you're new here, comment down below, introduce yourself. I truly love the connections that I make with other moms here and over on Instagram. And if you have any must-have winter books, please drop those in the comments below for me and anybody else who's looking for more recommendations. So I hope to see you soon in one of my next videos. And until next time, stay rooted. Even if the sky is falling down.